Alright guys, so now we know that some information off of the Asia server. Here's a strategy we're going to go ahead and use. Alright, so our first strategy is off our 9 and off our 11 towers. We're going to move in here and we're going to try to take their 9 and 11s as fast as possible. Reason we're doing this is because the other guilds, like red, cannot attack that tower and yellow cannot attack this tower up here. So we've got to move in and attack these towers literally as fast as we can, because we are trying to not waste swords. We're going to give up our 10. And give up, what I mean by that is our strongest defenses are going on this 10 tower right here. So our 10 tower is going to be like our SSS defenses. So our SSS defenses are going on that 10 tower. Now, reason why is we're just giving it up because red and yellow can both attack our 10 tower. It's going to take them a little bit. So they might be wasting their swords into our 10, but we need to move in on their 9 and 11 fast. We're not even going to worry about their 10. We're going to move on to the 9 and 11, and we're going to move in on their 8 and 12. So we're going to try to make a mini blockade right here where we are going on the outside of their bases, and we're just giving up our 10, which again is going to have our strongest defenses in it, because that's going to be their only way of accessing our base is through our strongest defenses. Because once they beat it, because they will, we're able to reuse our 5 strongest defenses basically right away. So they beat our five of our strongest defenses, we get to use them right again. Now, if we can create this outer blockade, so this tower is down as well, alright? After this first hour is up, that's when we can start moving into their base. Instead of trying to push in their base again, our main goal is going to be to take our 10 tower back. Oh, let me undo that again. Our main goal is going to be to take our 10 tower back. Alright? Once we've taken our 10 tower back, then we're going to push into their bases here. Alright? Obviously, some coordination is going to be needed for that. The main goal are going to be these 2 towers here. If we can take these 2 towers, I'm not too worried about the outside ones. So basically, for first people that are attacking, these are the 4 towers we're interested in. These outside 4. Alright, after that first hour is up and people can start attacking again, taking back our number 10 is going to be very important. And then pushing in on the 5 or 6 of their bases in here is also going to be very important. Once we take that 5 or 6, if you look, there is roads to almost 4 bases. Yeah, there's roads to 4 bases off that tower. So once we take these, then we can expand into their bases, which is pretty big. And that's why we're focusing on taking them, not so much the outside one. If they come back in and they take their 4-star tower back, that's great. But if they take this tower back, that's going to be, or the 9 or 11. So if they take those 9 or 11 towers back, those are going to be the priorities. So hopefully, once we've come in here, we've gotten bam. Oops, I didn't undo enough. Boom. So we got bam and bam, and they've taken 10, right? Our first goal is going to be, okay, take back 10 so it's ours again, and then push in on these 2 towers here. If we take this one and then lose the 9 or 10, that's okay as long as we've taken that 5 or 6 first. If we get pushed back into our own base, that's how we're going to looking to expand out again. We are going to look to expand off that 9 and 11 instead of the 4-star towers. Because obviously 4-star attacks are limited, so the more times we take and overtake them, we're going to get in trouble. But that should hold us for pretty much the most of the war. And we don't really need to get too aggressive where we're going in and taking out bases, because then we're overextending ourselves. I would rather try to hold our base for as long as possible, basically, while still trying to move in on theirs from the sides. If we can just hold these towers here, I think we'll do okay. Because again, we're holding then 4 extra towers, and we're taking 2 from each of the other teams. And they might not want to push on us on that 10 tower, which is the only way, which they will, they'll beat us. But then if we take it back, again, we can put in those 5 strongest defenses, because they'll probably take it within that first hour. Based off which is the stronger guild, we can put our 5 best defenses into one of these towers again. So then it makes it really hard for them to take back one of those towers. Alright, so that's going to be our main goal offensively. These are the key towers that we really want to make sure we're taking, and then it basically will work from there. We don't really need to super overextend ourselves, and obviously our strategy is going to change over time, but that's our basic strategy is going to be blockade here, give up our 10, and then when we can, come back in, take 10 over, and then push into 5 or 6, whichever one this one is. I don't know which is from which side. So those are going to be our basically 7 towers we're going to try to hold. If the other guilds are fighting each other, not so much trying to come at us and take our towers back, that's okay. We can push in their bases further. But the more we can get ourselves aggressive, but not overextending, we'll be okay. Now, what we don't want to do is use all our attacks early. All right. So if you've got all 10 of your swords, and that might be the only time you can attack during the first 12 hours, you can use up 5 of them, use 6 of them, use 7 of them. I wouldn't go ahead and just blow all 10 swords. I think part of the strategy is going to be like saving swords for the next part, because remember, it is a 24-hour war with a 12-hour break in between. So basically, we've got this Monday to attack, a 12-hour break, and then the same time on Tuesday to attack as well. So that's going to be our big strategy. Try to hold these, hold that, hold 10. And if we can, like if we're facing weaker guilds, we can push in and we can control everything. I'm assuming since they said they're going to go off guild war points, that we're going to be fighting some higher level guilds. So we'll have to see exactly what happens. But based off what they said, we're going to be attacking higher level guilds first. So we want to take kind of a defensive approach to start, and then as we go on throughout today, get a little more comfortable, get comfortable with tomorrow, we'll kind of figure out and nail down exactly what strategy we want to use. But for right now, I think this is going to be our best strategy. We put our best defenses on 10, strong defenses on 9 and 11, giving us enough time to move in and take their 9 and 11. Hopefully be able to take their 8 and 12 before they take our 8 and 12. And if they don't, what we can always do is take our 8 and 12 back as well. Because we need enough people attacking early in the war to obviously make the strategy work. So if we don't have that, we're going to be defensive all the way through the war, I think. But if we can get out, get a little aggressive post, give up 10, come back and take it back within an hour, and maybe push in a little bit. But those are kind of the towers we want to try to hold, because that's going to keep our base intact. That's pretty much going to be your going strategy to start with. Is a little bit more defensive, try to kind of create a shell, but we're still giving up something, because I don't want us to get too aggressive where we take all 6 towers here just for them to come back in and easily take a lot of these bases back. All right. So, that being said, oh, my phone's about to die. That being said, for example, we've got these defenses in on our 10 tower. So it's my first defense, Jeremy's defense, BLK's same defense as mine, Jeff Allen's defenses, because his have always done well. That's what they've got to take on our 10 tower. So that they're going to have to come in and take that, and we'll get to reuse all those defenses because we know we're giving that tower up. On this 11 tower, it's kind of a mixture of our stronger defenses and defenses that are pretty tanky, because again, we're trying to give ourselves time to take their 9 and 11. So these are more of our tankier defenses, or like Syracuse defense, which a lot of people just go, oh, that's easy, and then lose to. So it's going to be pretty tanky defenses. We got one YOLO team in there as well, which I might switch out at some point before the war starts. But we might go something tankier. But again, those aren't going to be our crazy high defenses. We're going to have some Siras and some Siras on our 5 and 6. So we got 2 full towers of Sira teams. So that if they get into, because off of 10, they can come back and take our 9 and 11. That's why it's important we take 10 back. But they can also take our 5 and 6. So if they come in and they are like, do you want to fight a Sira team? Or do you want to fight a Sira team? That's how we've got those marked. Our 11 tower right now is all our Gemini, Orion, Gemini teams. So they're all the same type of team. Our number 8 tower over here is all our Lucian teams. So right now, if they want to come in, they're going to have to probably have 5 or 6 people attack those, because I don't think they've got counters to 5 sets of Lucians. They might, you never know. Tower 4 is going to be just some other defenses in here, so still pretty solid. Number 7, same idea, still solid teams, but again, not probably our top defenses, but again, tanky, because that's our main goal. And then as we get into our towers, are more of our YOLO-ish teams. For 2, it's our light golem and tanky teams, because again, we just want to waste time on that. And then again, Kumin Orion, just a kind of annoying, faster team. So that's how we've kind of broken it down. We're putting our stronger, tankier teams outside, so it takes them a long time to attack those towers. So hopefully we can take their 9-11 before they can take ours. Our strongest defenses are going to be on 10, so we can reuse them. And then right in here, we got another set of just tanky teams. So I'll probably switch out Senpai's in there and move his somewhere else. But just a good amount of solid teams in there. And then our Seer teams in 5 and 6, because those are key towers, because they can go basically everywhere in our base. And then not as strong and more YOLO-y teams down here at the bottom. So it's going to take some time to figure out if this strategy is going to work or not. Now, the other thing is, when we take towers, if you take it, you can go ahead and put defenses in there, because we have to have defenses in there. If you take the tower, so like you're the 5th person who attacks, go ahead and put 5 defenses in the tower, because we can change that up within the hour. So as long as there's defenses in there, if let's say I'm not on, or let's say no one's on, and you're the only one on, so let's say it's 1 in the morning when you're attacking for us, you would go put defenses in there. That's going to be absolutely fine, because we can't do it. So if you're the 5th person to take a tower, make sure you're putting defenses in there, and then if we can adjust it within the hour, we will. But if not, it's fine too, because as long as we have defenses on there, that's what really matters. So that's what our strategy is going to be for now. We'll see how it works. Obviously, this is going to be let's see if it works, let's see if it doesn't work, what can we change, what can we do better. So we'll see. But this is what we're going to start with, and if you guys got any questions, just let me know.